from the 43. It is Hurts to run. And he crumbles down after a short gain. Quick game break with Carissa.
Thank you, Joe. Indy has come all the way back from a 23-point deficit. Anthony Richardson hits Drew Ogletree for the touchdown. Then on the critical 2-point conversion, Richardson finds Michael Pittman. Game is tied. Rams driving with under 2 minutes. Joe?
Wow. You just never know. That'll be the Eagles' opponent next week. Couple tie games in those two teams today. Under 3 to go. 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. Swift motions out. Hurts steps up. He'll toss one for Olamide Zaccheaus, who couldn't haul it in. Benjamin St. Juste the coverage. 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, he had him. He just needed to get it out in front of him a little bit more and let him run underneath that. And a little bit behind and low for Olamide Zaccheaus.
That defensive line here, Daryl, that we've talked about throughout the day is supposed to be the biggest strength of this team, playing really well. Tee off here on 3rd down.
Well, there's one of them right there, Daron Payne. He's been a wrecker. Inside, Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne. Those are the two that you got to be concerned about.
Here, a pin drop as they let Hurts operate. 2 to snap it, and they'll use a timeout. First one.
Timeout. Philadelphia, this is the 30-second timeout.
So 2:34 to go. Nick Sirianni and the Eagles use their first timeout in front of this 3rd and 8 play. Wanting to be sure with that play clock running out. And the first-year offensive coordinator, Brian Johnson. See what he and the head coach come up with here. And not too many calls you feel great about on 3rd and long, but he's got to feel pretty good about what they've done in this second half. Took them some time in the first half to get going. 3rd quarter they owned, started to hit some big plays.
Yeah, great formula by Washington last year when they came here in Week 10 and won a game that a lot of people didn't think they could. They executed that in the first half. 3rd quarter, everything flipped. Philadelphia kind of took over the game from them, started to hit some big pass plays down the field, and then it's been back and forth here in the 4th quarter.
A touchdown run for Robinson tied the game, 24-24. Jalen Hurts' only loss over his last 21 regular season starts was against Washington here last year. Big 3rd down and 8. Play clock again running down. They get it off. Hurts given time over the middle. He's got Zaccheaus, who this time makes the grab. Ball came out at the end, but mission accomplished. It's the first down on Olamide Zaccheaus' first catch of the day.
This is one heck of a throw coming from the inside slot. Watch the crosses in front. I mean, just beyond Cody Barton. Just past his fingertips.
Now, what we say, Jalen Hurts said, anytime they've had to have a play, somebody made it, and he made one right there. Threading that thing through. Nearing the 2-minute warning, and we've reached it. In a 24-24 game, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles on the move into Commanders territory, looking for a 4-0 start. We got a great finish coming up from Philly. Nick Sirianni loves his kicker, and you don't blame him. Jake Elliott has been almost automatic, and during the timeout, a veteran move, the 7-year veteran went out there and visualized his potential game-winning opportunity. And they're almost within his range. He's hit from 61 here this year. Need a couple more yards to get there. 2 minutes left in the 24-24 game. Jalen Hurts. A.J. Brown. Inside the 35. Now comfortably inside Jake Elliott's range. Brown continues his good day. Out of bounds at the minute 54.
Yeah, big cushion there on the outside. We've seen this battle all day. In and out of his break much better that time. Good throw and catch.
Seventh catch of the day for A.J. Brown. First down to the 34. 2 timeouts apiece. Here it'd be just outside of 50 yards. Swift. And hold on tight to that ball as he rumbles inside the 30. Stopped by Montez Sweat.
Real nice job by Jason Kelce. I mean, to have a center that can pull and get out in front is such a luxury. And Jason Kelce might be one of the best ones at doing that. And, just going to come out and he's going to get the key block right here. That gives you your little seam. Helmets off, still working down the field. Guy's awesome.
Washington has used its second timeout. One left for the Commanders. That offensive line against this defensive line, a matchup you've been talking about all day. One of the best in the NFL on offense. One of the best in the NFL they're going against. They had that drive last week to finish the game where they went 9 minutes and bled the clock. Similar idea here. They'd love to grind them down and set up Elliott for the field goal. There's Mom Donna still taking this one in before she presumably heads up the turnpike to watch Travis play tonight. 2nd down and 4 for Philadelphia. Trying to get to 4-0. Trying to be the first team in the NFL to do so. Dolphins about to lose to Buffalo. 49ers yet to begin. On 2nd and 4, Hurts looking to throw. Going end zone, wants Brown. It's there. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Flag in the end zone. After a touchdown to A.J. Brown with 1:43.
Well, you don't expect double moves at that point in the game. I mean, you're trying to get in to get a game-winning field goal opportunity.
Touchdown. After the play was over, taunting. Offense, number 11. Washington has elected to enforce that 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. This is number 11's first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
That is a big deal, that taunting penalty. With 1:43 left, it'll be enforced on the kickoff, as Ronald Tolbert let us know.
Now you saw Emmanuel Forbes on the sideline, very disappointed in himself. I mean, that is such a unique call in that situation with a double move when you're trying to get a game-winning field goal attempt.
31-24. Hurts hits Brown for the 2nd time in this half.
Well, if you're going to double move and hold it, you got to be able to block up front. And this Philadelphia offensive line gave Jalen Hurts enough time to hold it and make a great throw down the field. But here it is, another stutter and go up over the top. And then you'll see A.J. Brown at the end. He's going to drop the ball into Emmanuel Forbes' lap for the taunting penalty.
And it's a great play, great throw, great catch, touchdown, nothing to worry about. But the Eagles were in position where they could have, with Washington having just one timeout, set this thing up for a last-second field goal, not giving Washington a chance. Not only are they going to give them a chance, they got the taunting penalty that's going to mean the kickoff is moved back 15 yards.
And remember, at the end of the first half, Washington probably got points a little bit too quick, didn't really take time off, take timeouts away from Philadelphia. And then with 1:42 left, Philadelphia goes down the field, gets points, and really kind of rode that wave into that third quarter where they outscored Washington 11-0. So, yeah, it's all the little details. These games are not won until there's 3 zeros on that board. And yeah, I'd like same thing as you, Joe. Hey, we got a great field goal kicker. Let's kill this clock. Let's grind it all the way down, give him an opportunity, and not allow Washington any chance to come back and tie.
Because if I'm over there on the Washington sideline, I'm like, thanks. Because it was looking like we weren't going to have any time for the Commanders. Let's see if Gibson has a chance here. He will, thanks to the taunting penalty on Brown. And Antonio Gibson, who's a dangerous return man, sets up excellent field position at the 36. With 1:36 on the clock and one timeout for Sam Howell and this Commanders offense. Living a totally different life this week after they turned the ball over 5 times. And this is the taunting penalty that helped them get this field position. Those guys have been going back and forth all day. And one last word there from Brown drew the 15-yard penalty. This is an offense last week did not find the end zone. Turned it over 5 times. No turnovers today and a shot with 1:36. with a quick throw. It's Samuel. And Curtis Samuels got close to a first down. This is a depleted secondary as well. 2 safeties down. Their starting nickel, Devontae Maddox, out as well. Pressure coming here. And they get there. 3rd sack of the day for Nicholas Morrow.
Yeah, Antonio Gibson goes right past him. You wonder if he should have had him in pass protection. Watch 24. He goes through. I tell you, this linebacker group, and it's one of the underappreciated parts. It's one of the more underappreciated components of this Philadelphia defense. Everybody raves about the D-line. The secondary is fantastic. But the linebacker position has always kind of been a little bit of an afterthought. And you kind of rely on that defensive line. They have really kind of been going through the process of finding out who those guys are going to be as they came through training camp into the first couple weeks of the season. I tell you what, they've got a good group there right now, and they've had a heck of a day today.
Morrow, Moose, who was on the practice squad to begin the year. Zach Cunningham didn't sign until August, and both those guys making plays. Commanders used their final timeout. 2nd and 17 with 1:09 to go. From the 40, Howell lets it fly out of bounds. 3rd and 17. Nothing doing downfield. Pressure came from Fletcher Cox. When we finish up here, America's Game of the Week, Dallas and New England, marquee matchup. For 2 plays to get these 17 yards. Eagles trying to slam the door and get to 4-0. Trying to become the first team in the NFL to get there. Down the middle. That is a strike, and it's close. Byron Pringle's first catch of the day. And it'll be 4th down, and it looks like about 2. They hustle to the line, trying to keep their hopes alive here from the 45. Howell scrambles and throws, and he's got De'Ami Brown. First down, Washington. Hope still alive. From 3rd and 17 to a first down near the 30. There's a flag down on the far side of the field.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense number 28. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Had a 16-yard hookup to De'Ami Brown.
Yeah, let's go back to that 3rd down play right here. Stands in the pocket. It's collapsing around him. Throws a great strike to Byron Pringle. Really nice job by the offense. Hustling up, getting into a legal formation. Sam Howell's looking left the whole time. And they've taken that away from him. Comes back to the right. Finds De'Ami Brown wide open.
Oh, that mobility is coming to play time and again today for Howell. Kept it alive and found his old college buddy for a first down. Pressure coming here. He's flushed. He throws. And it's 2nd and 10. 28 seconds. No timeouts. Well, 1 week after Howell was intercepted 4 times. 25 out of 35 for 256. Against this excellent Eagles defense. Threads one for McLaurin. Terry McLaurin to the 21. Darius Slade the tackle. Down to 20 seconds. 3rd and short. You don't want to kill it down by spiking it. They got to get moving. 10 seconds. Howell to the sideline. He's got him again. First down and goal. Back-to-back hookups with Terry McLaurin and 5 seconds on the clock.
We talked about his poise and composure in the pocket, but this is another level. I'm the same as you, Joe. I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? The clock is running down, and they're fine. You know, nice throw right there to Terry McLaurin. Gives you a shot into the end zone here for an opportunity to tie this game. Or does Ron Rivera go for two here and just ends this whole thing?
Riverboat Ron would love to have that option. Probably one play for Washington here. Timeout, Philadelphia.
Second charge, timeout.
Wow, what a finish to this game. Philadelphia goes down the field, scores a touchdown. We were talking about they had an opportunity if they wanted to there to kind of grind the clock and play for a last-second field goal from Jake Elliott, but instead they get the touchdown. Good. But the flip side of that is you're giving Washington a chance that they're close to taking advantage of.
Yeah, a lot of time. All the way down the field, very poised at the 10-yard line with 5 seconds left. A shot into the end zone, and then the big decision comes.
Yeah.
Do you kick the extra point, go to overtime here, or do you try to go for two and win it right then? I think that's going to be interesting to see what Ron Rivera does. We know he's aggressive in certain situations like that. Would he determine that's a great opportunity to just end this in regulation with the two-point play?
What do you like for a call here?
I like what they did on the last one. You're on the right hash, put a single into the boundary, put your formation to the field, and the one that Sam Howell kind of looked out to the left and then scrambled right and found De'Ami Brown because they got one-on-one to the single receiver into the boundary. So you've got that. You've got a running back that you've added, but you put your formation to the field.
The lone receiver is the big Logan Thomas. Here's the game. Howell over the middle and incomplete, and it was a quick enough throw that they've got another play. 1 second, one chance. No, they're lucky that he didn't catch it because the game's over if he does.
Please set the game clock to 2 seconds, please. 2 seconds on the game clock. The clock will start on the set.
Yeah, that's such a risky call, and really take that out. This has got to go into the end zone. If you're going to throw it short, that guy has got to be catching it on the move downhill to try and break tackles.
McLaurin and Samuel to the top. Thomas and Dotson down low. Howell, one last chance. End zone, touchdown! On their last breath, it's Jahan Dotson! And now the decision, do you go to overtime or do you go for two? He says one, he's going to send on the extra point team.
Great route, great throw by Sam Howell. Jahan Dotson on the outside, he's going to break inside. Watch the location of this throw as he comes back to the outside. Josh Jobe leaning heavy inside, just really, really well executed.
First touchdown of the season for Dotson, and now an extra point to try to get it to overtime. Good snap, good hold. It is tied up. The Commanders go 64 yards in a minute 43. They needed every bit of that minute 43 on the clock. Again, with good field position, thanks to the taunting on A.J. Brown on the touchdown that added 15 yards on the kickoff. Wow.
I think we're going to be rethinking the end-of-game strategy here for Philadelphia if this goes the other way in overtime. That's why you don't see the double move in that situation, because you're going to give your opposition too much time to get down the field. Maybe if there was 30 seconds left, hey, let's see if we can get one over the top on them and win the game here. He's been in such good rhythm today. He hasn't hesitated. He's turned the ball loose on time. Very different than what we saw last week against the Buffalo Bills. Sam Howell has come out and had a nice game, and that was just a really well-designed play. Great route, great location.
We'll play one overtime period of up to 10 minutes. Each team will have an opportunity to possess the ball unless the team that first possesses the ball scores a touchdown or we have a defensive score. Each team has 2 timeouts. Fourth quarter timing rules apply, and all replay reviews will be initiated from the replay booth. Any questions? All right, we're using the same coin. This is heads. This is tails. Washington, what's your call?
Tails.
Tails is the call. Tails is the call. It is tails. Washington has won the toss, elected to receive. Which way do you want to kick? Washington will receive the overtime kickoff. Good luck, captains.
Tails never fails, baby. Washington's going to have the ball when we begin overtime. What a game here in Philadelphia. What a finish to regulation. Sam Howell defining moment of his young career, sends this game into overtime. Here's a quarter-by-quarter breakdown of how we got here. This thrilling NFC East matchup is headed to overtime with a last-second touchdown from the Commanders. And as Ronald Torbert so well described, the touchdown would end this game. And the Commanders are hoping that after that touchdown to A.J. Brown, the Eagles aren't going to see the ball again. Eric Bieniemy in his 4th game as an offensive coordinator. Look, he was the guy in Kansas City, but really he was an Andy Reid shadow. He comes here out of Andy's shadow, trying to really spread his wings, and some criticism over the first few weeks. Seems like he's called a great game for his young quarterback today.
He's done a tremendous job. He's really kept the Philadelphia defense off balance. The ball has come out quickly. He's committed to the run. He's an old running back coach. So it's not hard for him to really kind of lean on that run. He's moved the pocket a bit. It's been a really well-called game by Eric Bieniemy against this Eagles defense.
And a clean game from Sam Howell. 28 of 39, a touchdown, no picks. Overtime begins with a Robinson run that is blown up. Milton Williams, the heart of that defense, for a loss of 2.
We've been talking about Fletcher Cox all day. We haven't called Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter all that much. It's a credit to the Washington offensive line, but right there, that's Milton Williams making a heck of a play from the backside coming down the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles trying to get to 4-0. Commanders trying to beat him here for the 2nd straight season, looking to get to 3-1. On 2nd and 10, facing pressure. It's picked up, and over the middle, it's Dotson. He's brought down right away by Reed Blankenship. 3rd down.
That's one of the faster guys out there on the field. And watch 32, read it, come down, and make the play.
Third down and 5. Howell floats one. What's McLaurin? Oh, a perfect throw, but he's out of bounds. Right over the shoulder, but McLaurin couldn't get the feet in. And it's 4th down.
Oh, wow. Inches. What a tremendous throw by Sam Howell. Under duress. Just dropped it right over the top. If Terry McLaurin's able to tap that.
The previous play of an incomplete pass is under further
it's
review.
close, Moose. Now you got to make sure that he actually completes the catch. But it looks like that toe just barely on the sideline. Fletcher Cox a little bit slow getting to the sideline. Dean, what do you think? Did they get this one right on the field?
It's so close. Left toe right there. Is that foot out of bounds? That's the key. They ruled it incomplete. I haven't seen enough to change it yet. He obviously has to maintain control when he hits the ground as well.
Yeah, he maintains control, so it looks like the question is he in or not? I think Dean hit on it there, with the call being that he's out of bounds. There's just not enough there to overturn that. And so it looks like this Eagles defense is going to force a 3-and-out to begin this overtime, in which case any score would win the game for Nick Sirianni's team. Replay booth going to be doubly sure about this, given the magnitude of the call. Man, it's a perfect throw from Howell.
Unbelievable throw. With the pocket breaking down, he's kind of backpedaling and everything. The touch that he had on that to put that ball in that spot was very impressive.
So we've blown it up, get a zoomed in look there. Excellent work by our crew today. That toe just barely on the white. It's close enough where had it been called inbounds, I don't know if they could have made it incomplete.
I agree. And here's the throw we're talking about, with all that pressure coming right into his face and just dropping it right over the top.
And on top of Blankenship's arm and then the toe to the sideline. You wonder, had his arm not been there, would have had a landing spot.
Right? It doesn't slide across the top of the forearm.
Hey, some brotherly love there. Nick Sirianni to a guy that everybody respects over there in Washington, and McLaurin.
That was awesome by Coach Sirianni.
The field stands as called. It's an incomplete pass.
It is only the second 3-and-out today forced by Philadelphia's defense. Comes at a good time.
Well, we've touched on it a little bit here today, Joe. This is one of the struggling points for Washington. Punt coverage, and Britton Covey is a good returner. What kind of field position do they have after this punt play is over?
Covey's gotten close on a couple. This is not a good one. Off the side of the foot of Tress Way. Great field position for the Eagles to begin. And Jalen Hurts and the offense coming out around the 40. Just a 30-yard punt. So that is at the 41-yard line. And it's another moment with the special teams, as you mentioned, Washington bite them. Commanders are able to take advantage of their good field position to get this game into overtime. And now Jalen Hurts and the Eagles trying to take advantage of their own good field position to end the game. Next score ends this one. They'll look to throw it. A.J. Brown. Forbes right on top of him. And the veteran Brown and the rookie Forbes been going head-to-head all day.
It has been fun. It's been fun to watch. A lot of communication after the plays. We had the taunting penalty that ended up being a pivotal part of that drive by Washington at the end of regulation to get it to overtime.
Brown's gotten him on a couple double moves on that same look today. 9th catch, 175. It went for 7. 2nd and 3. He'll throw again. Wants it all. Wants Brown. Forbes in coverage and incomplete. Looked like that Brown wasn't ready for that thing to come. He's kind of out there coasting, and it's 3rd down.
I agree, and maybe not the greatest throw, obviously, by Jalen Hurts in that situation, because Emmanuel Forbes is on top. He's been beaten on a double move. You mentioned that on the previous play, Joe. So he's staying right on top, right on top.
There's Chase Young collapsing that pocket. 3rd down and 3. 7:39 to go in this OT. Three on the play clock. They get it off. It's a bubble to Devontae Smith. He is short. Derek Forrest up from his safety spot to pop him. 4th down and 1. Oh, man.
Yeah, Derek Forrest hits this on a shot. It's a long way to go, and you're reading that play, from the backfield. Here he is right here. Watch him recognize it, dissect it, and now he is off and makes a great tackle.
This is a long way to go on the tush push, but it doesn't matter. They still get it straight ahead for a gain of 2.5. That is the ultimate trust in that play, because it was 4th and a long one.
We saw him turn down one Monday night that was getting out near that 2-yard range.
But look at the defenders essentially like laying there in a forearm plank, just trying to get lower than the old lineman. To no avail. In Washington territory. Hurts taking his time. Takes a look at what he's got. And comes up with this. It is Hurts keeping it. One-on-one with Cameron Curl, who escorts him to the sideline and no gain.
A little bit of confusion right there, because you had Dallas Goedert, who kind of just got out of the play. Watch 88 right here. Cam Curl is going to drop down. I think he thought DeAndre Swift had the football going up, but a nice changeup right there by Jack Del Rio, and how to support kind of that that zone read, giving you a different look of who had quarterback.
Cameron Curl into double figures in tackles today. You got the great leg of Jake Elliott. They need to get it around the 40 to get to within his range. On second down, Hurts dumps it off. DeAndre Swift down the sideline, tiptoes close to a first down. See where they spot him. He's got enough. Boy, it didn't look like there was anything there.
I really thought Jamin Davis had him. You know, he was coming inside out. Looked like he had a good angle. And DeAndre Swift just made that angle disappear.
And you are now into Jake Elliott's range at the 38. Next score wins this game. Eagles looking for 4-0. Back to Swift. Has a hole off the left side. Inside the 35 he goes. That offensive line, one of the best in the NFL, trying to assert its will here.
And this is what they love to do. I mean, they love this position. You know, you're going to grind it out to try and get it down the field to have that game-winning field goal, just like they did Monday night. 9 minutes and 22 seconds they took off the clock on that final drive against a very good Tampa defense.
Commanders showed their hand there with the pressure coming out of the secondary. Hurts changing his call. 2nd and 6, they bring the house. Hurts looking up top, floated up there and incomplete. Miscommunication with Brown. Kendall Fuller, the only guy that was anywhere close to it, and it's 3rd and 6.
Well, you mentioned at that pre-snap, Joe, that the blitz came a little bit early. Jalen Hurts checked it. Washington didn't back out of it. They brought it anyways. And it's a free runner to the quarterback. That's James Smith-Williams.
Intentional grounding. Offense,
wow.
Number 1. Spot foul. Loss of down. It's 3rd down.
And so it turns into an intentional grounding. And Dean Blandino lets us know that this is the right call. That's going to move him out of field goal range. All the way to the 45.
And because James Smith-Williams was coming on to Jalen Hurts because of the pressure generated by that breakdown in protection, that's why that penalty is called. If he's clean in the pocket and it's just a miscommunication, they're not going to call that. But he was under duress.
Part of the story all day today. 11 penalty on Philadelphia. They need another few yards to get to within the range that Jake Elliott's hit before. Still be ridiculous from out here. 64. They empty it out. Washington shows pressure and brings it. Hurts over the middle. Has Smith back into field goal range. They set it up for Jake Elliott, who is 7 for 7 in his career with game-winning kick attempts. $54-yarder coming. Mann, just his 2nd week with the team as the holder. From 54 for the win. On the way. It is there. And the Eagles remain unbeaten. 34-31 in overtime as Jake Elliott drills the game winner. What a game.
I tell you, Nick Sirianni talked about how much confidence he has in his kicker and how easy he makes his job. And it was a great play design prior to that kick. I mean, just to get enough. You know, hey, you know where his comfort zone is. You know where his confidence is. Just a great job of executing that after the penalty that put him out of field goal range.
And Nick Sirianni has said, anytime somebody's given him a chance to, man, I love my kicker, Jake Elliott. So reliable. Even from long distance, Sirianni and the Eagles feel great about it.